As a consequence, Kanye West has claimed that Diddy is responsible for the whole scenario in his response to the lawsuit that his former assistant filed against him. In case you missed it, Diddy and Kanye have been at odds for a long time. Kanye was also one of the first to come clean about Diddy's actual identity, letting us know that he was not who he said he was. After claims circulated a few days ago that he was testifying against Diddy for the federal government, Kanye's former assistant filed a lawsuit against him, alleging that he sexually abused her at one of Diddy's parties that he had her attend. Kanye, on the other hand, is disputing this and claiming that Diddy is working to get him taken off the Fed's witness list. Given Diddy's apparent dubious behavior, Kanye is more than willing to come clean. Kanye West has always been, to put it simply, a bit strange, as everyone is aware. He has a poor image because of his loud outbursts, messy appearance, and dragging other celebrities through the mud. I doubt anybody saw him face an allegation and liken him to Diddy, however, in spite of all the chaos. It's very unsettling to think of Kanye in that ballpark, particularly because Diddy has some serious secrets. But maybe we shouldn't be so surprised. Kanye has been candid about his struggles with a pornographic addiction. Speaking it out almost ended his life. Furthermore, as you may remember, a number of Yeezy employees claimed Rolling Stone last year that Kanye allegedly played pornographic films during staff meetings and showed off private images of Kim Kardashian during job applications. Is it possible to use inappropriate as a F? That's already a little unsettling. But things became much more bizarre when his former assistant, Laura Pesciata, decided to sue him. She said that Kanye was quite rude to her when they were working together. A few months after she was first employed for his Yeezy fashion line, he promoted her to personal assistant and paid her an amazing $1 million salary. We certainly raise some questions regarding Kanye's true objectives, as personal assistants often don't earn that much money. But to put things in perspective, Kim Kardashian dismissed Stephanie Shepard, her former staffer, when she asked for a raise after paying her $65,000. So, Lauren is getting $1 million from Kanye? That is really suspicious. Kanye even paid Lauren an extra $1 million to close her OnlyFans account after pleading with her to do so. Who wouldn't take that offer, though? That's a substantial payoff. However, it has been said that Laura was mostly making ends meet via her OnlyFans website when she first met Kanye West in 2021. She says that when he asked her to collaborate on the first season of his Yeezy women's fashion line, they ended up collaborating on 3 songs off his Gonda album. Pesciata does not have any official credits on file. However, Pesciata was then hired by West as his personal assistant, receiving $1 million a year as long as she was accessible at all times. According to her, she agreed to the terms. However, Kanye quickly began acting improperly with her, and ultimately he would send her some quite insulting messages. After deactivating the account, she allegedly claimed to have received a flurry of pornographic texts from West, including ones about adult movies. Pesciata also claims that he once locked her in a private section of his plane and masturbated in front of her while he was talking to her on the phone. You guys, so much for him being a wholly changed person trying to change things. You see, my problem is that I want to F, but after I F, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been F'd while I'm F'ing them, she said. After that, I want her to cheat on me. Evidently, he would still describe his intimate fantasies with foul language. However, she said that another time he called her and inquired, "Is my D racist?" It is, indeed. This fucking racist D is who I am. I'm going to attack this E-racist D for being effing racist. I'm going to stare at pictures of white women with black behinds and beat the living daylights out of this big black scene. Kanye, that's the most absurd part. Fans aren't very surprised since they know it's Kanye. Lauren said that when she was promoted to chief of staff, he paid her an amazing salary of $4 million. But in October 2022, he fired her without warning, even though he had promised a $3 million severance payment, which he never provided. Lauren made the decision to sue Kanye for wrongful termination as a result. SH broke a contract by creating a hostile work environment. We thought it could have been the last of it, because there was already a lot to cope with. But a second woman has come forward to support Lauren's allegations. Lauren used to know this new woman, Nikki Heaton, who said that Diddy and Kanye also came dangerously close to SHing her. Nicki is a vocalist who had a little breakthrough a few years ago, in case you were unaware. When she learned that Kanye wanted to collaborate with her, she was naturally thrilled since she thought it would be her big break with the well-known superstar. But when she and her boss arrived, things took a bad turn. There were significant worries when Diddy was in the studio with 9 other women. Nicki's claim that she and her manager were offered poisoned drinks wasn't shocking at all, considering Diddy has been accused of drugging people and spiking drinks before allegedly essaying them. Nicki had a lot to say about it, which is not unexpected.
And my manager was sitting across from me, and if you know about my past and us being together, she's very much reserved. And it was weird because I noticed as I was standing there, just kind of okay, did this just freeze? Okay, no, it's back. Okay, so let me just get to the point. So they start trying, they're pawing at me, they're both drunk, probably on something else. And I start to get a little bit apprehensive because I'm pretty much backed up against the wall. There's only one exit and I'm pressed up against this door. And I'm still not completely terrified yet, but I'm you guys stop, stop. And they're getting to the point where they have ripped my shirt off. And I'm almost fully exposed at this point. And they're both coming at me, and I'm you guys, seriously, this isn't funny anymore. And I look to my left where his executive is. We know him pretty well. We've been around him a lot.
As everything wasn't already disorganized. Bianca Sensory, his wife, was also named in the complaint. Despite knowing that some of her colleagues were young, she was accused of being strange for sharing links to pornographic content. Sure enough, she wasn't being forced into any situations. However, Sensory, who has been married to the rapper since 2022, shared video that has been reportedly seen by underage staff. No measures were taken to prevent the young Yeezy Vision workers from working on Yeezy P or from exposing or forcing them to view pornographic streams while they were at work. Another source says the lawsuit also alleges that one of Yee's workers received a file-sharing link containing graphic sexual material from Bianca Sensory, Yee's wife. The link was reportedly for an app development project that Ye had previously revealed as part of his 2024 goals. Just when we believed that everything was finally going his way, Lauren, the assistant, altered her wrongful termination lawsuit to include S.A. She said that Kanye had allegedly poisoned her drink and then S.A.'d her at one of Diddy's parties, making the same charges as Nicki. Hesiodha alleges that Ye invited her to the session he co-hosted with Diddy, along with her former artist management client, whose identity is not mentioned in the complaint. According to the complaint, she and the other guests were offered drinks soon after they arrived, and it was then declared that everyone had to drink if they wanted to stay. Hesiodha says she drank, but the plaintiff started to feel disoriented after taking a few small sips of the beverage that a studio worker had poured at Kanye West's, commonly known as Ye's, request, and then delivered to her by Kanye West. Hesiodha says she felt a lot of humiliation and embarrassment when she woke up the next day and had little to no recall of the purported studio session. In later years, Hesiodha claims that while collaborating with Kanye, West mentioned the alleged night, asserting that they did hook up and went on to elaborate on the details of the alleged encounter. Lauren says she thought she had just been roofied and humiliated at a business event before Kanye allegedly revealed such things. The court document claims that when Hesiodha said she didn't remember the studio session, West laughed and told her that women love to say they didn't remember. Just prior to that conversation, the plaintiff was unaware that she had been the victim of gender assault by Kanye West, also known as Ye, on that specific studio night. She also claims that he allegedly made another attempt to sexually attack her. According to court documents, West reportedly knocked on her hotel room door at 6 a.m, woke her up, forced his way into her room, and said he needed to use her shower since his was broken at an album workshop at the St. Regis Hotel in San Francisco in July 2021. Passion alleges that West ignored the plaintiff's pleas for him to stop and attempted to shove his body into her face after approaching her and dropping his towel. The claim states that West apologized and then promptly left, continuing his day as normal. Despite the fact that this is frightening on many levels, Kanye is now calling BS on it, claiming that Diddy is setting him up. For context, Diddy and Kanye have been at odds ever since Kanye almost lost his job at Diddy's company due to his anti-Semitic outburst. In a couple of days, his net worth dropped from about $2.3 billion to under $400 million when he was sacked by every partner he had ever worked with, including Adidas. Nobody wanted to touch him either. He was almost rejected by the industry at the time. Interestingly, however, he also offered Kanye some indirect compliments.
Control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I know you, man.
But they can't control me. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is gonna be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puppies, y'all Lil Boozies, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go.
Everyone thought Kanye's career was finished when his major Hollywood figures started to turn away from him. In less than 2 years, however, he bounced back, revitalizing his Yeezy brand and even putting out an album that, astonishingly, peaked at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200. This is probably the reason Diddy wanted to be best friends with Kanye again. He needed some insider information and Kanye's help to get through his own cancellation. But it's crucial to remember that their situations are quite different. The difference is that, unlike Diddy, Kanye wasn't being sued for SA or other ludicrous charges when he was dismissed for some inflammatory words that were obviously wrong. Regardless, according to new reports, Kanye slammed Diddy for trying to recruit him and use him to boost his profile. Diddy went to Rolling Loud Fest in April, where Kanye West was also performing. It has been stated that Diddy told certain individuals that he wanted to meet and talk to Kanye after his act when he and his son Justin were backstage. In addition to refusing to meet with Diddy, Kanye reportedly lost it at the prospect of working with him. Unlike most of us, Kanye has always understood that Diddy is suspicious and tends to associate with the wrong people. But in the midst of his episode, Kanye shared a screenshot of a text discussion with Diddy in which he accuses Diddy of being a slave to the executives, saying, "This ain't a game. I will use you as an example to show the Jews who told you to get in touch with me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you it was war. Now go out and do some business." Oh, and do you remember this interview when he said that a few powerful Hollywood people controlled Diddy? We couldn't connect the dots at the time, but Kanye has been leaking details about Diddy for some time. In any case, returning to the Rolling Loud event, sources assert that Diddy was among those used by the elites of the sector to exert influence on other cabs. Isn't that absurd? Kanye seems to have all of Diddy's invoices. It almost makes sense why he would believe that Diddy and his legal team were trying to damage his reputation and paint him as an untrustworthy witness, especially when you consider the allegations that Diddy was working with the feds, providing evidence, and testifying on their behalf. I would want to hear your thoughts on this, however. Is Diddy really being set up, in your opinion, or is he only attempting to evade accountability? Kindly leave a comment with your ideas.